What's up, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be running another one of our experiments, but with a little twist. We're going to pretend in a somewhat hypothetical world, Baker Mayfield turns out to be just the GOAT, the best ever, undisputed. 20 years from now, people aren't even going to know who Tom Brady is. This man has every single possible trait on 99. He doesn't need superstar development. He is the dead set GOAT, mate. And somehow he's rated second in the NFL. He's literally 99. You can't get any better than this. But we are rocking out with the stock standard, well, the updated, I should say, Cleveland Browns team. Jarvis Landry over here. Njoku over at tight end. Denzel Ward was like the third or fourth string. I decided to pop him up to second just because he's a rookie. Why not? We're going to go through maybe 2 off seasons. You know, we're going to keep it somewhat realistic, but not super realistic. You know, if Le'Veon Bell's in the free agency, I'm going to go ahead and sign him. You know what I mean? But we're just going to work with what's given to us. I'm not trading for any draft picks. We're just going to see what kind of era we may be entering in the future if Baker Mayfield were the best player of all time. I'm not doing any scouting for this either. I might as well turn auto scout on now that I think about it. That's my bad. Already 2-1. The Browns have won more in 3 games than they have in the last 2 seasons. We should be in the wild card, surely, man. We are in the wild cards, 9-7. The only problem is we're going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. In Madden, they don't lose. I will literally bet anybody out there watching this video any amount of money that the Chargers will win this game. And I'll bet probably another $1 million that the Chargers will go through to the Super Bowl this season. I know we all keen for these stats though. He should be on the MVP list somewhere. He finishes behind Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Deshaun Watson, Carson. You know what? He finished 7th, alright? He's pretty far down the list. But this is a rookie we're talking about here on the Browns. We're going to go straight to the AFC Offensive Player of the Year. We finish in 3rd. Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to go to Deshaun Watson. Well, Deshaun Watson must have thrown for 5,000 yards if that's the case. So checking out the first year stats, Baker Mayfield has 4,500 yards, 33 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 67% completion rate, 283 yards, and somehow doesn't win Rookie of the Year. We've broken the game. We've officially broken Madden. Oh, Madden. Oh, yeah, right. Look, I'm not doubting Deshaun Watson, but that is ridiculous. 4,900 yards, 38 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. He's the only quarterback to average over 300 yards. This video is becoming more about Deshaun Watson than it is about Baker Mayfield. Let's go ahead and let the computer drop all this XP real quick on our team. It's not going to matter anyway. The fact that we've drawn the Chargers means it's an automatic L. This is without a doubt the funkiest franchise I've ever damn done. We absolutely beat the crap out of the Chargers. That is interesting. Nice little 49 points against the Ravens. 45 against the Packers. That's a big game right there. We'll check this one out. 21 in the second quarter and finishing it up with 10 in the 4th. Baker Mayfield threw for 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 277 yards against Aaron Rodgers, 405 yards, but 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jarvis Landry had 66 yards, 2 touchdowns, Njoku with 108 yards. Well, that would explain it. He was the one who had the 75-yard reception. Checking out this Ravens game, though, we killed them, dropped 49 points on them. Baker Mayfield, 370 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Your completion rate was a solid 75%. How far can Baker Mayfield take the new look Browns we lost in the divisional round? We lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars 42-7. Absolutely destroyed. And the Bills beat the Patriots. Well, let's not waste any time. Let's go straight to the offseason. We got to sign a couple people back. The Dolphins really want Sheldon Richardson. I am not paying that much money. Everybody is overpaying these defensive tackles like crazy. So we're not actually going to have the first pick because we finished in the wild card round. With the Texans pick, we're going to drop all the way down to the 16th pick in the draft. I'm just going to dive right in. Say that Travis Harley is at least a 77 overall. 75 and he's a slow. That's a little bit of a reach. Yikes. Forrest Lucas. I mean, I'm a sucker for running backs. He runs a 4.38 and is the second strongest. 79 normal. That's not bad at all. I do want part of this to be the computer's work as well. So, you know, we'll jump in here and there, sign a couple players, draft a couple players as well. And then the computer can kind of do its natural progression, you know, draft some people themselves. They picked up Paul Cash, pretty nice linebacker. A beast of a linebacker in the 3rd round. Andre McLean, rookie out of Florida, quick development. They also pick up in the 4th round, Michael Donaldson out of Delaware State, a cornerback. this is not the Browns we're used to seeing. Alright, so what's our squad looking like? Still got Baker Mayfield here with 18k XP. The O-line actually got a lot better. Njoku, went up in overall, of course. Did patch some holes up on the defense. Got McLean. Jabril is still chilling there as strong safety. We might have to draft a safety this year. As much as I like Peppers, his overall doesn't scream Super Bowl. I mean, as we know, the Browns have not been doing too well over past seasons. Baker Mayfield were, in some weird reality, the best player of all time. You Browns fans out there are in for one hell of a season. We did not make the playoffs this year, however, on a 7-9 record. To be fair, the division did do pretty ass. We would have been nowhere close to MVP. It probably would have gone to Case Keenum. Came second. Yeah, we didn't even make it this year. Of course, Deshaun Watson made it. So we went from coming 7th on MVP to 7th on Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC alone. Checking out the stats though, however, for Baker this season. 4,200 yards, 26 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. So it actually, this is more of a rookie season. 66% completion rate, 262 yards. So we did see a little bit of a decline from Baker in the second year. We need to find somebody in the offseason who can just change this whole team. Can Calvin Johnson come out of retirement and sign with this Browns team? Duke Johnson's there. We've got 50 running backs. We don't need you. Tyrod Taylor, we have the best quarterback of all time. Don't need you. Mate, just take the 7 years. Just take it. Take the 7 years. He's 34 and he just took a 7-year contract. Brian Body Calhoun, just take it, mate. Just take the 7 years. Just take it. Chad Thomas, mate, we need you on this squad. If we're going to make a Super Bowl, it's got Chad Thomas written all over the MVP trophy. Just take the 7 years. Just take it. All right, who is in the free agency this year? We have a bit more cap room, bit more, leverage here. And Delaney Walker is there. However, Njoku is also there, so that's out of the question. Mark Ingram is there. We don't need a running back. However, I definitely will take Trent Brown and just kind of move him around on the O-line. Oh, but of course the Dolphins are there trying to outbid us again. How much money do the Dolphins have? Let's go down to Clay Matthews. Let's see how much the Dolphins offered him. You know what? I'm all for, the veteran leadership in the locker room. Just take the 7 years. Sonny Michel, he leaves our team. Wow, it's all right. We got backups for days. Marshawn Lynch is there. Just because it's Marshawn friggin' Lynch, just take the 7 years. I actually want to see what the computer can do. If we go ahead and simulate the NFL draft, can the Browns do successful things 2 years in a row? Last season, we saw them dominate in the draft. Who did we sign? I went too far. I didn't even see. The O-line went up a little bit again. The offense is literally the same, except we have Norton here. Can Norton be the difference? Where is the progression on this team? Myles Garrett is like a 99 overall at any other time. Paul Cash got benched. McLean is taking his spot. Damn you, McLean. Unfortunately, this is the last season you have. I mean, you know what? Just for the sake of it, maybe we can just kind of trade for some players. You know how easy it is to finesse the NFL, bro. Just take a third. Just take a third round pick. It's not much. Just take a third. Take a third. What else would we need? We need some kind of superstar wide receiver on the squad. Slide that in there. There's Julio Jones. I've never ever traded for Luke Kuechly before. I don't know if it's because he's ultra hard to get or if I've just been lazy and never actually gone after him. What happened to Paul Wall or whatever his name was? Oh, there he is. Paul Cash. Every year he just gets lower on the depth chart. All right, well, there's Luke Kuechly, solidifying that defense a little bit more. My boy Clinton Dix, one of my personal favorite players in the NFL. Well, we finally got a use for Paul Cash, trading him away. Baker now has Julio Jones to throw to as well as Jarvis Landry. His O-line will protect him just that little bit more with Travis Frederick holding down the center position. Luke Kuechly joins our linebacking core, and then we also picked up Clinton Dix at free safety. Without even trying, we have just made the Cleveland Browns a contender. Give us all a show. Let's get to the playoffs. Let's make a deep run. Unless we verse the Chargers, that's an L. Wild card, we make it through the wild card. 12-4 record. 49-35, so we did drop a 40 bomb. We dropped a 40 bomb on the Bengals, and we also dropped a 40 bomb on the Cardinals. My Cardinals. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. So was it the rushing end of things that got the touchdowns? It was Marshawn Lynch. Lynch putting in work for the Browns. 2 touchdowns. And Norton made. So we already know, spoiler alert, we won the MVP. Leonard Fournette in second. We finished first in offensive yards. Baker Mayfield's season goes a little like this. 4,700 yards, 41 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Nearly 300 yards a game, 75% completion rate. Ryan Tannehill hits the 5K club. This season, everybody went crazy, including Case Keenum. Tom Brady is still playing. He's 43 years old and still kicking, mate. Last but not least, we will see if the Browns can make some kind of Super Bowl push. Taking on the 11-5 Denver Broncos, I got faith. Julio Jones, Baker Mayfield, we lost. Yeah, Julio Jones dominated. 1,300 yards, nearly 1,400, 12 touchdowns. If any Browns representatives are listening, go get Julio Jones. Trust me, you'll go far in the playoffs. Try and get Kuechly too if you can. It was fairly close, 28-25, so the Browns just getting edged out. This might actually be a curse here. Baker Mayfield, in the biggest game of his career, I would say this far. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. By far, his worst game. Getting smashed by Case Keenum. You never know, guys. We might come and revisit this. If there's any other rookies that you guys think is legitimately contending to be a future Hall of Famer, let me know. I will run experiments with any of the rookies. We'll see how they do. If they were like a 95, maybe a 96. We'll see how they impact teams. This one was just kind of a shot in the dark, man. Obviously, Baker's not going to be 99 everything. It's literally impossible. But that being said, fellas, if you made it this far into the video, you are the real MVP. I hope the rest of your day is awesome. And from me personally, I'm out. Peace. Tell me pretty lies.